In the name of Allah, the gracious, the most merciful. Very, very good morning, students. Today we will discuss about biotechnology. Biotechnology is the combination of biology and technology. In the biotechnology, we will use various types of techniques by using living organisms. Man has begun the use of microorganisms for making various types of the products. For example, cheese, yogurt, wine, etc., etc. These substances are the part of every human, and so man began using various types of bacteria and other microorganisms as early as 4000 BC. Actually, the biotechnology is modern and recent branch of biology. This term is new, but discipline itself is very old. Now we will define biotechnology, branch of biology which deals with the use of living organisms, their systems or process in manufacturing and service industries. In biotechnology, we use the natural capabilities of microorganisms, for example, bacteria and yeast. Fermentation is a process in which we can break down the carbohydrates. And so this is the carbohydrate fermentation. In the carbohydrate fermentation, glucose is broken down into pyruvic acid, and pyruvic acid is converted into ethanol, lactic acid and other organic acids. If the alcohol is produced, ethanol is produced, this is known as the alcoholic fermentation, and if the lactic acid is produced, it is known as the lactic acid fermentation. In alcoholic fermentation, the alcoholic fermentation is carried out by various types of the yeasts. For example, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is very important yeast which is used in alcoholic fermentation. Similarly, many types of bacteria, for example, Streptococcus bacteria and Lactobacillus species, which are used in the lactic acid fermentation. And so all these processes are included in old biotechnology. Now we will discuss the new era of DNA technology. New era of DNA technology, since Mendel's work was rediscovered in 1900, geneticists have made startling advances which have led to new era of DNA technology. Modern techniques enables the genes to be removed from one organism and inserted into another in order to produce a desired substance. In modern DNA technology, we can produce various hormones, drugs, vaccines, enzymes as a biotechnology product. We will remove the gene of interest and it is inserted into the bacterium, and in the bacterium the gene will express itself and we can collect the hormones and other biotechnology products. And so this is the DNA recombinant technology or modern biotechnology. In the modern biotechnology, there is artificial synthesis of DNA, removal, repair of genetic material is also included in the modern biotechnology. People with insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus received insulin from dead animals, but now they receive human insulin as a biotechnology product. In 1980s, biotechnology has produced various types of the biotechnology products. For example, drugs and vaccines for the treatment of various types of the human illnesses, various genetic disorders and other diseases can be treated by the vaccines and other drugs. And so many types of the desired substances can be produced from recombinant DNA technology. For example, human growth hormone is hormone which is involved in the human growth. Similarly, there is another hormone which is known as thymosin. It is very effective against brain and lung cancer. Beta endorphin is a painkiller substance which relieves the pain. In the vaccines, for example, vaccine for hepatitis B can be produced from the genetic engineering from the genetically modified microorganisms. Interferon are the antiviral proteins. Similarly, there is an enzyme which is known as urokinase. It is used for dissolving the blood clots. And so these hormones, enzymes, vaccines and other substances can be produced as a biotechnology products. Now we discuss use of genetically modified bacteria or genetically engineered bacteria. Genetically engineered bacteria can be used for various purposes. For example, to clean the environment. Similarly, they can be used as biopesticides and they can also be used to increase the fertility of the soil. Use of genetically engineered bacteria. Genetically modified organisms or bacteria, genetically modified bacteria has been used, number one, to clean up the environment. Genetically engineered bacteria or transgenic bacteria can be used as biofilters. These bacteria can be used to prevent airborne chemical pollutants from the environment. Similarly, genetically modified bacteria can be used to remove the sulfur from coal to prevent air pollution. And so these are the various types of the transgenic bacteria which are used for different purposes. And the second is to increase fertility of soil. There are some bacteria which can be genetically modified. When they are added into soil, they make fertilizer. And when they make fertilizer, they increase fertility of soil. And the number 3, to kill insect pests. Some genetically modified bacteria or transgenic bacteria are used as biopesticides. As biopesticides. The use of microorganisms for producing various biotechnology products and for other purposes was from early times, and early biotechnology is basically use of the microorganisms. Now, scientists make more advances in biotechnology. They can alter the genotype of the higher plants and animals, of multicellular organisms. They can insert the genes in plants and animals to alter their genotypes. And these various types of the transgenic plants, transgenic animals, they have best qualities and characteristics. And so we can change the genotype and subsequently the phenotype of multicellular plants and animals for various purposes. So, alteration of genotype and phenotype of multicellular organisms. Biotechnology also extends beyond multicellular organisms. It is now possible to alter the genotype and subsequently the phenotype of the plants and animals. There is an enzyme which is present in the plants. This is known as the ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase. It can be called Rubisco. This enzyme is very important for capturing carbon dioxide from the environment to make food glucose by the green plants. And so the efficiency of this enzyme, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase, can be increased by inserting the genes in the plant cells, and the capacity of capturing carbon dioxide for photosynthesis is increased by inserting a gene in the chloroplasts of the plant cells, and so we can increase the efficiency of this enzyme. And so we insert the gene in the cells, not in the chloroplast but in the cell. And so this enzyme is present in the chloroplasts of the green plant cells. Similarly, we can also alter the genotype of multicellular plants and animals. So, for example, goats can be made transgenic. We can insert the gene in the goats to produce antithrombin 3. And so we can also get many drugs from the urine and the milk of various multicellular animals by inserting the gene of interest, by making them transgenic. And so now this branch extends to the multicellular organisms. There are so many techniques which are carried out in biotechnology. For example, gene therapy, gel electrophoresis, DNA fingerprinting. Similarly, there are other modern important techniques are also included in the genetic engineering, analyzing of DNA. And so we discuss about gene therapy. It is the replacement of defective gene by the normal gene in the body. Basically, it is the treatment through genes. We can insert the genes, the normal genes, in the cells of the body, and we can treat various types of illnesses. Gene therapy in humans attempting to repair a faulty gene is undergoing clinical trials. Gene therapy may be ex vivo and in vivo. In the ex vivo gene therapy, we insert the normal gene in the cell outside the body, and in vivo gene therapy, we insert the gene, the normal gene, into the cell within the body. And so, two types of gene therapy, ex vivo and in vivo. Ex vivo and in vivo gene therapy. Now, some people oppose manipulation of the gene for various reasons. To oppose manipulation of genes, some people oppose manipulation of genes for any reason, although there have been no ill effects as yet. They fear the possibility of health and ecological repercussions. Some people think about legal, ethical, and social issues, and so they fear that it may be possible some dangerous animals can be released in the environment. And so, but actually, up till now, there is no any fear, there are no any ill effects and any danger as yet.